Welcome to part two. We're going to be joined by Andy any minute now. We've enjoyed the part one episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you think we're talking pony, just say you're talking pony. So we're joined by Andy. Women love him, men want to be him.
How you doing, pal? All right.
You're a woman out there, you end up with Andy. He'll always be able to do a good oil change for you. Right? You love getting greased up, don't you, kid?
Grease your nipples.
Grease. Andy, tell me about Go to Andy Lee. Ben Whittaker and Amzad Shiraz, whatever it's called, who fluke to draw, who said he had the best team in the world prior to fighting that Adames. As soon as he got that draw and performed shit, he's now come out, he's saying, oh, I had problems with my team, didn't know what they were doing and all that. Is that the noise of a boxer that some great fool can't execute a game plan? What do you think?
A boxer in denial.
What do you think? Is that right? I
Yeah.
mean, you want to know that best puncher, hardest chin, and quickest feet and all that, don't they? But what do you
Yeah.
think? Are you a bit harsh on his team that got him into that position of millionaire status, and then he loses on his first big outing, and he's
Yeah. You can't. How can he not just take the rap himself and admit he wasn't at the races or whatever? Put the blame on himself. There's too many guys too quick to blame the team or trainers or whatever. Sometimes that might be the case. Sometimes, at other times, it could be the buck stops at themselves. It's them that's in the ring at the end of the day, isn't it? So um, I think it's on him. He looked a bit. He was far too tentative in that fight for my liking.
far
So
too
it's like he
what?
was tentative, kind of sort of nervous and not letting the punches go and thrown in. Maybe it's like he'd been thrown into the deep end there and he was struggling to swim. So I don't know. We think he's maybe a wee bit out of his depth too soon or something like that. It could be that.
Well,
We'll,
they
we'll
can
maybe
always
see.
say what I said when he got the draw. Well, they'll come back as a silver medal and blame it on weight. Well, if it were weight, what are you getting rid of your trainer for? But if it
Yeah,
if it is the weight, well, you made every check weighing.
yeah.
You made every check weighing, and you signed a form an hour before the fight, say fit to fight. So it weren't the weight, were it?
It's maybe the trainer. Just a theory, yeah. I'm not saying this is what's right. It's maybe the trainer that was convincing him he could fight it that way, and that was the way for him. And then he's
Well,
realised
maybe Andy,
he's gone.
but
Then he's gone with it's Andy Lee or whatever, and he's maybe said, "Nah, you're not fighting it that way.
well, Andy
You're
Lee's
far
not
too
going to
tight."
do his former training team any favors, is he? But it's down
Yeah,
to Andy Lee. He's the new go-to guy in the Andy Lee. Fury's on about going with him, and Ben Whittaker, Shiraz, he could be taking over boxing like boxer size Ben was.
he could be the new man.
Do you think too much has been put on Andy Lee because he's from the Kronk?
Possibly, yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's a good trainer. Actually, I think he's done well with Parker, hasn't
Oh,
he? He's done well with Joseph
yeah, he's done
Parker, I
well
think.
with Parker, so we have to say take your hat off, but it's only Parker, and he hasn't won out yet.
Yeah,
People might be losing the shit, or they might be going to him because they want to get Spencer Brown's ear and get on Tyson's shows. You know, like Bamba Gascoigne.
yeah. That's where the money is, maybe. So
Bamba, get a bath. Do you know what I mean? What do you
yeah,
think to you, Bank? Senior today, English, walking
I was
with
going
that
to say that.
Michael Watson on seconds out, the gads there mauling them to death, asking them, do you have a bath for a fat back in the day? Uh, and
He put it on the guard, though, eh?
put it on him on a Eubank and said, listen here, you're in a position of power, journalist here. Why are you promoting this fight every time you talk about it? And I see
Yeah,
where he's coming from, going on about the weight disparities, because I've spoken about this many, many times on my channel. We have weight divisions for a reason because fighters are not superheroes. If they were, back
yeah.
in the day, Barry McGuigan would have fought Frank Bruno. See where I'm coming
And
from?
I
So
like what he. I
Nazim
like.
Ahmed would have fought Lennox, wouldn't they, to see what best? Because we're not bothered about weights, but we have them for a reason, and this is why each fighter is separated with heights and weights. Now, when Watson fought Eubank in the rematch, they moved up to super middle for the vacant belt. But Barry Hearn inserted a clause in the contract that said they had to do it at 164 because Watson were a bigger guy, wasn't he? Now, the doctor came out and said, well, that £4 he had to lose, half a pound of that were fluid from his brain because that's the last bit of fluid you lose, isn't it? And there were none
Yeah.
around his brain while they're protecting him. That's how he got a blood clot. Now, Eddie didn't learn anything from his dad from that, did he? Because he put Kell Brook in with Golovkin. And now we've had this, haven't we? This is a disaster waiting to happen. Because we had Watson, Eubank too, which were a disaster for Watson, wasn't it? And boxing. The
Yeah.
board ended up losing the building in London, ended up at Cardiff in a semi-detached. All because of greed. Now, and here we have another moment of greed. They've already tried to hide drug tests. Everybody lost their money who booked tickets. This fight's tainted all the way through. And now we've got the actual fight. They've got rid of the old rehydration and whatever they were doing to Eubank last time, trying to basically kill the kid off. And now we've got Crusher fully developed in that weight uh, along 18 months after. Who knows? Maybe it might not make a difference. But I've still got Eubank to beat him. But it's a light middle against the middle, and it everybody's
Yeah.
losing their heads over this welter to super middle, aren't they? The light middle fighting the middle, and at a push to English level now in the weight categories light middle and middle. Because I don't think Eubank can win a British now, and I don't think the Crusher wins a British at light middle. So they've got English level kids fighting for no belt, and they're getting between 6.5 million and 8 million on the back of their old man, on back of their old
Yeah.
man, their old dads.
Yeah.
You
I
could not
think,
make this up, and this is supposed to be our second biggest star in country after Joshua, who was all smashed up and ain't got a belt. So he had his second biggest star, and that's
yeah.
it. One who's a never been and one who's an has been. And that were by fucking default. Joshua's won it. Let's have it right. He were
Yeah.
absolute top goal from day one.
Yeah. But I thought, good on old Eubank for what he was saying. He's not everybody's cup of tea. I don't really mind him. I thought he was a tough guy in the ring, especially in the Carl Thompson fights. But what he was saying, he was spelling out exactly what you said to me before about, and he was shouting about Barry Hearn as well, making Watson do 11 stone 10. He was spelling all that out today, and I've seen a couple of interviews just briefly. And I've not had a chance to watch much lately, but I saw that. And I thought, good on you for speaking out about that. And then he was talking, he was just referring to Eddie Hearn as the son. The son should have learnt from Kell Brook, and he was going right through the whole lot, wasn't he? So good on him,
I
man. He
took
put
six,
up.
I took £6 off, in one morning, £6 off. £6 from 11.8 to 11.2 in one morning. I got up, I didn't drink, I had a piss, didn't drink anything, got weighed, and then I took £6 off in about
Aye,
4.5, 5 hours. Yeah, yeah. And do you know what? After that, I was like, phew, I needed something to eat.
aye.
Do you
How'd
know
you
what I
manage
mean?
that?
So, well, I did a 4.4 mile run, then I did a 2 mile
Mhm.
cycle, hot bath. Do you know what I mean? I never had a drink in the morning. I had a piss as soon as I got up. Do you know what I mean? I took £6 off, and do you know what? It was hard work. Hard
Were you
work.
doing that as an experiment, sort of thing, like?
I did it. I've done it a few times now. Yeah, done it a few times. Yeah, just to test myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
weighted best. I've done that. That's hard. You put 5 kilogram doesn't seem a lot, does it? Right. So I'm going to put a 20 kilo in. You try a run with 5 kilo, 5 kilo, on a rucksack. You try that, right? Or even try walking it. Try a 6 mile walk with that on your back, and see what time you get. And see how you felt after, and then do it without. Spoke to Julian
Cool.
about this loads of times. Listen, it's only water you're losing anyway.
Yeah.
But they're taking it to extreme because they want to gain an edge. Like Tony Bellew took it to extreme. Hey, listen, you got to tip your hat to Tony Bellew. A 6'3" man doing 12.5 stone. He looked like a skeleton, didn't he?
Dead now. It's terrible, eh?
When he got in that ring against Adonis Stevenson, Eddie Hearn was saying what a warrior he was. And I thought, yeah, Eddie, you're not telling him what you've took under the table, though, are you, Eddie?
Mm.
Allegedly.
Aye.
If he did it to Adonis Stevenson, well, what happened? He turned away and fight, didn't he, before he got put on bottom one.
Aye.
And do you know why that was?
Dangerous
I
game.
think it was weight. Do you know what? To be fair to Bellew in that fight, he did actually drop Stevenson. He got ripped off with decision, didn't he, right, ref? He dropped him.
Aye.
But that weight, taking that weight off and then having to fight, you've got to tip your hat off to him, mate. It's hard work, hard
Mm.
graft, mate, honestly.
Mm. Oh, aye.
Hard work. Very hard work.
I just hope old Eubank. I hope most people interview him in the mainstream boxing media, and he gets a chance to speak out more, because he lets rip, and he's always very eloquent when he talks and very precise what he says, isn't he? And you never hear him swearing or anything either. He's always carries himself well, but he is a bit eccentric. That's just the way he is, isn't it? But
George Groves used to take £10 off day before, before weighing. He did on Frotch 1, took £10 off Groves. He looked like a skeleton on scales. Frotch were licking his lips. And he burnt himself out, didn't he, Groves, for inexperience.
yeah, well, you've
He
got.
couldn't
It's
knock
funny.
a,
You've got.
Groves couldn't knock an N over after round 7.
Yeah,
Couldn't knock an N over.
done.
That weight,
It's,
weight done him, you see, Groves. He was really like heavy.
it's funny. You've got Frotches turned round asking no questions anymore and gone all soft, and you've got old Eubank comes out the wings and starts fucking putting on everybody.
Well, he's
So
Cooker, isn't
at
he?
least
He's never going to change, is he? He's a bit eccentric, so
ah,
he's a bit unpredictable, isn't he? Where
that's good though, eh?
Frotcher's a bit more calculated. He plays endgame, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
but
Which
it's good
can
Eubank's
change.
doing that. I like that. It's
Yeah, I do.
good on.
I don't mind English now. I've met him
Mm,
actually, and he's a cock.
mm.
He's an absolute cock of a man. He is honestly, he's strutting about like I don't know what's going on. Well, he's fucking on weed, isn't he? He's on weed all day, isn't he? So good luck to him. But I don't actually mind him actually for telling the tale. I don't mind Steve
This is
Collins. I like that. Barry
he's
Earns,
honest as well, isn't he? He comes across as honest, doesn't
Steve Collins and Barry Earns high court transcripts. Barry Earns had to pay him £1 million, and he lost in court. What went on there were nothing short of scandalous. How they're involved in boxing, some of these now, I don't know. But
he? Mm.
Steve Collins stood up to him, so I tipped my hat off to him. He took matchroom on him and won.
I saw an interview recently with Eubank, and he was talking about the fights he got decisions. He said he didn't complain about Collins beating him, even though he thought he'd won, because he said he dropped Collins, he got ruled or slip or something like that. And the way, however, were the scorecards, but he says I didn't complain because I knew I'd got decisions I shouldn't have got. He was really honest about that. One of them might have been Ray Close, was it?
Ray
I don't
Close,
think he had.
about to say Irish kid.
Yeah, yeah, I thought
He
he
had a
beat him.
touch with that one, and that Tony Thornton fight. He had a touch with that one.
Yeah,
Then rematch, he lost that, admitted it after, he said, I thought I lost.
yeah. So he's honest enough. Eh?
He
You
only
know,
lost on Bricktop shows, didn't he, Eubank Senior.
yeah. I mean, he put a shift in against Carl Thompson. That was a brutal fight. That both of them, both had. He took the rematch too soon because his eye hadn't even healed, did it?
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Joshua and Tyson Fury. It's like a fucking boil that won't go away, Andy, isn't it?
I don't care if it happens now or not. I'll watch if it does happen, but I couldn't give a monkeys. They're both just messers, eh?
I hope they fill each other in and retire and just fuck off.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
get out
mean?
the
I'm
game.
sick of hearing it. It's like some boring old. It's a crap story now, isn't it?
Nah,
Tainted. It's lost its sparkle, hasn't it? It should have been after. It should have been years ago, shouldn't it? Really, 2018, shouldn't it? Really, after he dealt with Wilder, should have been Fury after that, shouldn't it? But it's now become like a folklore story that's always going to be there, and they're always going to be able to, no matter what they do, they've always got that cash out with that, haven't they? They can both go have 2 or 3 more losses and then still do it, and it'll still sell. And that's where I think we're going to be at. They're going to go round the houses again and round the outside, another lump of load of people, 5 fights here, 5 here, and they're going to probably meet. So I think we're still going to be
Know what it's like?
on the up.
It's like an old block of cheese in your fridge. It's covered in mold, isn't it? And
That's what it is, mate.
they're going to try and scrape the mold off it.
That's what it is, mate. That's what it is, mate. It's absolutely pony, and it's
Yeah,
become, as I just said to you there, a crap story now.
yeah,
And all them involved in it should all be ashamed, right? Because the bottom line is this: they've took liberties with boxing fans, and we've had enough, haven't we? Now
yeah.
we've had
People are
enough,
seeing.
mate, haven't we? Hey,
It's only the casuals that'll watch it. Well, it's only the casuals that care about it. Real boxing fans probably couldn't give a monkeys about it now. But they will probably. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it because I've got a boxing channel. I need to watch it for research purposes.
for research, you're not giving me research purposes, are you, Andy? While you sat there with iron brew brewed by girders.
Good for Gubners.
See? You think Jabbar and Usyk's going to happen at Wembley, kid, in July?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, isn't it?
You
But
sell that out, Wembley. Yeah.
yeah, well, I think Usyk's popular in this country. I think he's probably more popular than some of the British fighters, eh? But
Yeah.
he is with the hardcores, but maybe not with the casuals, eh?
Mm.
But they should be. They should be getting on the back of Usyk and supporting him, I think.
Yeah. Terry Harper's signed with Ryan Rhodes, as a manager now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, she signed it's on Ryan's Insta or whatever, Facebook or something. So women's boxing, where do you think it's heading now, Andy? Because I think it's pony at the moment.
Down the
Absolute
toilet.
pony. In the toilet where it belongs, because there's only 10 or 12 of them that can actually fight, isn't there, really? All the rest of them
Ah,
are dinner ladies, aren't they?
it's a shallow pool, isn't it?
Yeah, and do you think the promoters are that bothered now?
I don't think the Saudis are interested in it, whether. But what are
No,
they doing now? I don't know.
it's all a
It's
bit.
all right. Like you say, it's all right if you get a good fight uh, like Katie Taylor and one of our top ones here. But other than that, it's what else is there? Eh? It's no really. I've nothing against women fighting. I'm no sexist in any way, shape, or form, but it doesn't really float my boat due to the lack of talent, there's a lack of depth of talent in the whole thing, isn't there?
What do you think to the light heavyweight division at the moment? Callum Smith, what say? What do you think to them?
Yeah, there's a few good fights there to be made, isn't there? Was Yard having a rematch with, oh, what's his name?
Lyndon Harper.
Lyndon Arthur, yeah.
Is that
So,
needed a third one of them? Yard done him. Yard
uh,
people said he won first one, but he didn't get the nod. Second
yeah.
one, he knocked him out. Does it need a third, or is it just because they're going around in fucking circles and they can't make out?
Too many rematches there. It's just, why does Dubois have to beat everybody twice? Sorry, why
Usyk,
does Usyk have to beat everybody twice?
Usyk likes to fill him in twice just so there's no ice. He's my fucking guy, Usyk. Pop, pop, bang on.
he's he is the man, eh? But he's not going to be
Usyk
about for
don't
a long.
need ice chambers like Robert McCracken's lot at EIS.
Yeah,
Usyk just sits in a fish pond, doesn't he? 15 minutes. Buff.
he's proper hardcore, eh? No
David
messing.
Adelaide's going to fight Jamie JKV, whatever they want to call him, KFC, Jamie.
TKO.
TKO. He's going to fight him. Uh, David Adelaide didn't have a fast start, but I always thought we were going to get to him in end. Did you?
Yeah, I picked Adaway to beat him. I thought TKV or TKO or whatever you want to call him was winning. I thought the ref was an absolute shambles. That should have been he should have had 5 minutes to recover from that. I hear people saying like it's like Adrian Mole and that on about he should have been disqualified. I don't think he should have been disqualified. I think it's a ref's
Mole. Has
error.
Mole piped up? Mole.
Like, he said after the fight that he could have been disqualified or something like that, and I'm like, nah, I think that's a bit harsh. I think the referee was at fault. I don't really blame Adelaide. The referee grabbed his hand and he called break twice, I think, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was a shambles. That referee needs brought in a line.
Yeah, I don't know what
It
I
has
make of all that, Andy, to be honest. I don't know what to make
a
of it.
mess. It's a mess. The referee was a pest fairly. I was speaking to Bob, I think, on the phone at the time. I said, this referee's a pest. He's actually getting on my wick. Just was, he kept interfering with the fight instead of letting them get on with it.
Yeah.
Just one of the nuisances. Like, you got a wasp flying about you. It's just a pest, just annoyance. But I think they had him as a judge in the Parker, no Parker, the Joe Joyce, um, Hergovich fight, didn't they?
What do you think that Ergovic? He keeps getting fucking chances, doesn't he?
Nah, nah. He's never. I don't think he's ever going to be a champion. I don't think. I don't believe he's kind of like a gatekeeper now. I would say. Yeah.
What do you think to Miller getting another slice of the cake?
Nah, and then getting a bit more handbags at high noon again, wasn't it?
Miller
Is it
and Nick's 23 clan. What's going on there, man?
Yeah. Who was it? Somebody asked Bricktop if there was going to be drug testing, and he said there was. Obviously alluding to Big Pharma Miller being involved in.
Did you see that tweet Max sent Dylan White? He said, when are you going to pass a drug test? He goes, when your mother stops blowing me on.
Ah, yeah, I saw that. Dillian White. If Joe Joyce wants to continue, they should stick Dillian White in mum and get Joe Joyce to get rid of him.
Really?
I think so. If he wants to continue, again, at the end of the day, it's his decision, isn't it? But
Do you think
I'd
Dylan will
probably,
take that fight, or do you think that Dylan's been promised Joshua fight down the line?
it's and Joshua's pretending he's injured till Fury comes out of retirement, isn't he? That's what it looks like.
Why do you think Fury retires? Do you think it's so if testers come, he can say, piss off, I'm retired?
Yeah, that and he went in huff, I think, after trying to convince himself he'd beaten Usyk. Yeah, shambles. He gave as good a display as he could against Usyk, but he was way out of shape. I thought he was.
Gassiev fought better than and all these, didn't he, against Usyk?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's. I mean, the shape Fury came in and was a joke, really. Yeah. Why did he come in? Almost as bad as Bacoli, but at least Bacoli only had 2 days' notice, didn't
Yeah. You tell if the bar don't fight Usyk in July and Usyk still parks up and Joshua and Fury, what does it say about them all? What does it say?
Messers, eh? Look how much Usyk has been.
Joshua's out ring 7 months, so's the bar. Uh, Usyk's out at ring 4 months. What's and there's no line. Where are we going with all this here? Then belts just going to be parked up. They're going to fight once every 11 months, 10 months. Because Usyk's had 7 fights since he beat Bellew in 2018. So technically, Usyk's he's only fighting once every 10 and a half, 11 months, isn't he?
I wouldn't blame him for that though. I think he's probably been one of the most messed about fighters in the game. Look at Fury was
He would have
messing
messed him
about.
about for 22 months, didn't he, with
Ah,
cancellations and that, tried to fight
yeah,
with them, didn't he? There was
ah,
something in Fury's makeup that said, oh, I don't fancy this. You
ah.
think? You think?
And he wouldn't look at him and all that caper, and then start shouting and screaming at him, and and Usyk's just standing kind of staring at him, and he's not really caring. You can't
Do
get
you
inside
remember
of this
when
guy.
Usyk filled Vladimir in? When Sky were there in Alps at Vladimir's camp in Switzerland? And Usyk
Johnny
filled
Nelson.
in front of Johnny Nelson and beat Super Bean and them. Do you remember?
Ah,
And they were like, who's that guy? And they were like, Usyk, he weren't even a pro then. Why didn't he filled Vladimir in who were ready, who were defending the belt?
made him
So
look stupid.
word would have spread like wildfire from Morscott because he can't hold his own water. So they would have all known and Super Bean. He's
He would
back
have
in mix, your man, and he's Super Bean.
Super Beans back in the mix. He's
Superhuman, he beats anything.
ready for liftoff.
Prepare to take off. Ripping the business back, Matt.
Fasten your
The
seatbelts.
cacophony of noise. There's the power. There's the respect. And he's got a spider's web tattoo on his elbow, and his opponent has a stamp collection.
I just remember his face. You remember when the cameras went to the commentary team when Andy Ruiz started bouncing Josh off the canvas? I'm like, oh!
Yeah.
couldn't couldn't hide their bias.
We couldn't cope with our Super Beat, but they played it. It's DAZN's this vibrant new app that they need everybody to tune into, all the young people. And they're going and giving Adam Smith a job there, Super Beans.
The app, the voice of boxing.
You know why they've had him on there at DAZN? Do you know why? Two reasons. He'll do as he's told, and he'll say what they want him to say. And he knows where all the bodies are buried. You know why that is? Because he buried them.
The Fred West of boxing.
Well, he got rid of Glenn McCrory, Jim Watt, and Chris Brown, and what Barney Francis at Big Ed Hound Show at Sky. He got rid of all them. He's not known as a super silent being for note. Hey,
Aye,
you couldn't make it up, could
he's
you, Andy?
that's it. He's a modern day. Was he think himself? Probably thinks himself as a modern day Howard Cosell, isn't
What about women's boxing, though, Andy? Is it knackered now?
he? I think so. I don't see a big. The folk I know that like boxing, you never hear them saying they want to watch the women or
Do you ever
talking about
hear of
women.
a fighter, Andy, called Edwin Villario, 29-0, 29 knockouts? He's obviously passed away at a young age.
Oh, aye,
Remember
yeah,
him?
I
What do
remember
you
him.
think
Aye.
of him?
He looked like an unstoppable force at the time, didn't he? He did die in tragic circumstances, didn't he?
Yeah, I was watching him earlier on YouTube, and wow, where did they dig?
Aye,
He's probably a modern day Aaron Pryor, isn't
he was quite a fighter. Who was the other guy? Remember that was a guy around about the same time. Remember Barry Jones? I remember that.
he? Not
What's his
Barry
name?
fucking Jones, Daz own pundit, man. When he had a WBO, it was like having a WBF. We're only five in divisions. Don't give me up, the old Barry Jones. He's still dining out on that WBO Pony Brown belt.
Who was that guy? He fought
Barry
a guy.
Jones, call out Brick
Brit
Tops ringer. You big
Asalina
top ringer liquor.
Asalina Freitas. Was it Freitas? He was a good fight. He was a big puncher. Eh?
Who?
Asalina. Was it Asalina Freitas?
I don't know. I've
Uh,
never heard of him.
he beat Barry Jones. But Barry Jones, the non-puncher, actually. I think he dropped him in the first round or something.
Dropped him.
Eh?
What? We're a baseball bat.
A
Barry the
rifle.
Feather Duster Jones dropped somebody. Yo, man. I don't believe it.
I'll tell you now his name. Barry Jones, box right. I'm sure it was Asalina Freitas.
Buzzer.
Bazza Jones. I didn't mind him as a pundit for a while back, but he's kind of gone off and following the narrative like the rest of them, isn't
Well, on the what?
he? The mainstream narrative.
What
Uh,
is the mainstream narrative now for boxing? Do you know what it should be? Every man for himself. As long and you need that sort of mentality in boxing to get on. You've got to be, I'm going to look after number one, like everybody
yeah.
else. So that's what we're doing on here now. Nobody's going to get that off out now. There's none of this. Oh, I know him. There's none of that shit.
There's nobody telling us what to say. Eh? We're all
Oh,
playing
people try.
catchphrases.
People try. They try, but unsuccessfully. They should all take it on chin like Dennis. Look at them Dennis interviews. Irish obviously set him on fire, didn't it? Every single one of them, right? And he took it. You know, Dennis, to be fair to him, he took it on chin. We only had one incident, one legal threat, but he took it on chin, Dennis. The rest of them, wow. Wow. They want everybody in the pocket. And I mean, everybody. If you don't fall in line, try and be nice to you, or they try and threaten you. And either way, none of that works for me, as you know, don't you? You know very well. So I find it amazing. Grown men.
Flapping about.
Grown men. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Uh, these pundits now, right, at Talksport, it's now out of control and at the bias. I've been banging on about it now for a good few years, but at this moment in time, they're all smelling them Bisto gravy granules, aren't they, in Saudi? And everybody's falling into line. All roads lead to Saudi. There's ex-fighters wanting to fight in Saudi in the 50s against other men in the 50s. We've got men in the 60s, Big Joe Egan and Mickey Theo. It's a done deal, we're fighting. All right, well, that were 8 weeks ago, Instagram post, Mick. What's happened? What did I say? You're both full of shit and there's no TV. I don't know what Joe's telling people about Misfits. Joe, they don't even fucking know you. They don't even know him. They're like, oh, what? We've never heard of him. It's all poppycock. And it's
Load of
not
garbage.
real life. It can't be. Well, we've got all the famous clean athletes who hate drug cheats, hate them, want them banned for life, and then interviewing them, talking about what's your favourite tattoo, Connor? What's your favourite tattoo out of the 70 you've got all over your body, you knobhead? What's your favourite one, Connor? Oh my
The
God.
one of Doc, the one of Dr. Usman.
Who's your favourite fighter after the year 2000? Please say me. Fucking hell, is that where we're at?
He said, did he not say his dad? His dad wasn't fighting after 2000, was he?
His dad were gone in 96.
Nah. So there you go.
And he
You
come
can't
back
count.
30, he come back 26 years later, didn't he? Stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet. They put him in with Craig Richards and he went, oh, it's not for me this now. And a bit of sparring with Craig. I didn't like that. I got hit back.
Is he not going to be fighting Saskia
Pacquiao
Obika or
beat
something?
you.
Ah, Saskia Obika.
I
That
told Crotch, if you ever get offered that fight, swerve it. It's all wrong for you. He's an hard night's work for. He give Ward a nightmare, him, didn't he? And Joe
he's
Calzaghe.
a big tough guy, eh? A big guy, wasn't he? Saskia Obika, eh? Big
Big
tough
old
guy.
rough, tough Glenn
Mm.
Johnson type guy.
Did Calzaghe fight him at one time? I'm trying to think.
Calzaghe forced him. Yeah, you fight him after 3 rounds, you're like, this is going to be a long night. He's like, you remember Sanderline Williams in middleweight division back in the day when it were Nigel Benn fought him, didn't he? Sanderline Williams. James Toney said it was his hardest fight. Sanderline Williams, mate. He's a Sanderline Williams, Sakio Beaker. You know what?
Ah,
It's gonna be a long night.
he's
Yeah,
going nowhere.
yeah. We're having to get off, kids. Some
Ah,
bollocks. I'm up early in the morning.
yeah,
So,
yeah, me too. Early
okay.
start.
So nice to
Okay,
speak to you, Andy. Hope you're well. We've had a
you too,
blast.
pal.
Blottoed anyway. What a time we're on here. Let's have a look. 11:08 p.m.
11:08.
What's that? So I've been up 17 hours. I'm absolutely shattered. Trained hard today and worked hard. So it's just
Ah,
ticking the box. So, okay. Hope you're well. Thanks
yeah.
for liking and subscribing, leaving a comment. Don't forget Andy's channel, Andy's Cavern.
I
Give,
can subscribe.
give him a subscribe. He must be close to getting his monetization license any day. He did
Not
Canada's
quite a bit.
boxing, eh?
I was at that rally at the weekend and I could see it. It was really dry and dusty, and it was like dust everywhere off the cars, and I could see Canada Bob's channel disappearing into the distance, leaving mine in the dust.
Canada's boxing channel, YouTube. Give Bob a shout out as well. He's all right, Bob.
he's
Part of the
he's doing well.
commission. Him and Anthony, Peter De Freitas, all the rest of them, Ryan.
All good
Ken,
guys, eh?
Jerry, how are you doing? Get your fucking hair cut. All right, then. Listen, you take care, Andy, and I'll see you
Okay,
tomorrow.
pal.
Cheers,
Catch you
kid.
later.
Bye.
All the best, mate. Cheers.
Booyaka.